Hey everybody, Miss Laddie Da, and I am so excited today because last night my new desk came, and along with that, also my new setup for filming, and I am so excited for it. Finally got me a new ring light, and I got, which I'm still like playing with because it has so many settings. Like, I can't decide. Ooh, that's really pretty. Like, I can't decide which light looks better for me. What do you guys think? Okay, here's one, two, three. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, which lighting setting you like better. I'm going to put it on this one. This one's number 2, and it's more of a softer light, almost blue light, but I really like it. It is a little bit dim, but for today's reading, for this, I feel like it's like the perfect setting. Um, I still don't have my new camera yet, but that's still in the works, and that may take a little while because after my new desk and all the other new stuff I just ordered, little short on the funds there for a new camera, but I'm leaning towards a GoPro. So as soon as I get that and get it situated, then I'll be good to go. So for now, I'm still filming on my phone, so just bear with me here. But at least you're not going to see all the wacky shaking and and all that. There's some pretty good stability now and much better lighting. Okay, so let's dig into today's chapter. We're on day 37, and it is called Where You're Going is Prosperous. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Matthew 14:17. I'd never heard of the game Bigger and Better until I read Love Does by Bob Goff. I've never played it, but apparently you take something you have with little value and try to trade it for something bigger and better by going around to different people and seeing what they're willing to give you. I've seen a version of that play out on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. For example, someone might have a fishing boat, but they post that they want to trade it for a pickup truck. Matt and I experienced this when we were trying to sell his 2003 Tahoe on Craigslist. I got an email with an offer. They didn't want to pay our very conservative asking price, but were willing to trade us for, wait for it, a lawnmower. True story. I guess that guy was playing his own game of bigger and better. The crazy thing is, when God gets involved in what we're doing, everything really does become bigger and better. There's a famous example of this from the book of Matthew, when the disciples wanted to leave the large gathering of people, but Jesus instructed them to feed the crowd. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Bring them here to me, he said, and he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 baskets full of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Matthew 14:17-21. Talk about bigger and better. Over 5,000 people were fed from a few pieces of bread and 2 measly fish. I know that in life it's so easy to look down at just what we have in front of us, our limited abilities and resources, as our own version of loaves and fish. We look at what little we have and think, but God, how? We want to dream about the future, but we have a long list of buts in our prayers. But God, I'm not smart enough. But God, we don't have the money for that. But God, I'm too young or too old to do that. But God, etc., etc. And God gently reminds us that it's not about us or our buts. It's about Him and what He wants to do with you and through you. Regardless of how limited you think you are, I want you to know that your future is prosperous. Proverbs 28:25 says, Those who trust in the Lord will prosper. God has plans to prosper you. He will multiply your efforts and make you succeed according to His version of success, even in ways you don't expect. As you think about where God is taking you and dream about your future, I want to remind you that life with God is a game of bigger and better. Sure, you might only have 5 loaves and 2 fish, but that's okay, because God can feed 5,000 people with that. Reflection and prayer. Do you tend to feel like your limited abilities or resources hold you back? How does reading the passage from Matthew shift your perspective about what's possible when God gets involved? Spend some time in prayer today, confessing where you've been short-sighted and focused on your limitations. Thank God for His plans to multiply your efforts and prosper your future. Oh my goodness, you guys. Didn't I just say before I read that chapter that I don't have the funds for my new GoPro yet? Didn't I just say that? Because I just bought a bunch of other stuff. And then I read that chapter. I haven't read that chapter except for right now with you guys. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Like, it has just been a blessing, but it keeps weirding me out how every chapter I read, something in my life happens where that chapter relates at that moment. And like I've said before, I had that book way before Christmas. But I felt God telling me, nope, you're going to wrap it up, you're going to put it under the tree, and we're not going to start reading it until January 1st. And that's when I started it. And voila, He knew that I was going to need that book to help me. And here we are. The Lord really, truly does work in mysterious ways, you guys. I'm telling you. I'm an example. If you don't believe it, then I'm here to tell you it's true. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'm so excited because now that I have my new setup, I plan to be doing a lot more videos that have absolutely nothing to do with the devotional, completely different, and I want to get going on doing some more live stuff with you guys, so that's going to do it for today's chapter. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Miss Lottie Doll saying ta-ta, and God bless.